I'm not hugely excited by the race per se, but miraculously have found the winner of it a couple of times, and I don't even know how. In fact, I think we've got a half-decent record on the podcast with this race. It's open, and it's 9.0, the field. I'm with Sampa 7, who's one of those at the top of the betting, with a hood and blinkers added. Mick Appleby's in fine form. She just likes to get on with it. And she's drawn 6 out of 19. I think that's as low as you want to be on the straight course. It tends to develop middle to high this year, but I think she'll just rattle on. And one thing I do think about the race is it's not easy. I think you want a jockey on a really fast horse, as you tend to at York, who's just going to stay there. So a small win and place bet on Sampa 7. Charlie?
Yeah, as in, I thought there was a lot of pace low, Tom, and I've gone, if you're saying 6 is as low as you want to be, I've gone 5. So, I mean, I'm hoping that the one low won't make a difference. And
you might be all right. It's just, I think it's tended to develop this season middle to near side.
Yeah. But I can, with Speedicus, David O'Mara's horse. Sean Bowen's been booked. Obviously, he's tearing it up at the moment in the Jump Jockeys Championship. Giving Brian Hughes a real sort of battle. It's going to be very interesting how that develops through the winter. But yeah, this horse was really good at Doncaster last time on slow ground. Ended up racing up the stands rail, but I thought was very authoritative in the end. £4 rise. If he's progressing, won't be enough to stop him, because I think he was rated as high as 85 when he was formerly trained in Ireland, and he certainly had winning form off, I think, at 80 at his highest over there as a 2-year-old. So I thought there was movement in this mark, and like I said, I thought the soft ground over here brought about a very much elevated performance with David O'Mara, and I feel that there is scope to improve, and I'm not surprised that he's tending to strike while the iron is hot with this horse. And yeah, like you say, it's a novelty sort of contest, but again, this horse is ridden close to the pace as well, and hopefully can take a lead off yours and go by that one in through the final furlong.
At 8.0 for Speedicus. Okay, move on to the dash. I know Speedicus was Don's sort of shout if force.
Exactly what Charlie said.
Yeah, bang, exactly what he said. But I'll come to you first on the next one, because you're officially no bet there, Don. The 240 at York, again, nice big open contest, this over 6 furlongs. It's the dash. I'll give you prices when we get to them. So Don, kick us off.
Yeah, look. It's a wide open sprint, this typical wide open sprint at York. But I think Magical Spirit could be overpriced. He's a bit of a leap of faith. He was disappointing last time at Newcastle, but he's got good form at York. He's never won there, but easy ground York, that's a positive for him. He ran well in a handicap there at the May meeting, at the Dante meeting, when he stayed on well towards the far side to finish third behind Bielsa and Lethal Levi. I think Lethal Levi will be a player here if the ground was a wee bit better. The ground will be a wee bit of a worry for him, but I just think Magical Spirit back at York, where he goes so well on soft ground. He's off a rating of 96. He's been dropped a pound since his last run at Newcastle, so he's a pound lower than he was when he had that good run at York. And yeah, I quite like his drawn stall 4 as well. I quite like on the straight track at York, kind of low to middle, like far side as opposed to near side, because you tend to think you can get a run more easily towards the far side than towards the near side rail. And he's a horse that likes to go forward as well. So yeah, like he's just look, it's wide open. He's not a horse for maximum stakes, but I think he's worth a small investment at a big price.
That is Magical Spirit, who's drawn 4. I am unsurprisingly with a horse that's drawn a bit higher, given what I've said already. Although I do agree, in the past, I like far side, but it's just not seemingly how it's worked out so far this year. Well, my thoughts anyway. Aberama Gold's drawn in the middle. Second start for David O'Mara. Keith Dalglish, obviously excellent trainer, but I'm just hoping that David O'Mara can unlock the key to this horse, who is very consistent, good course and distance form, was unlucky in a few big races here early last season, including one of the Sunday Series races, which are always very competitive. A mark of 88, he's entitled to be there or thereabouts. So Aberama Gold for me. Charlie?
Lucky man for me, drawn 9. He showed a bit more on his second start back recently at Ascot, finished third there. He was really busy last year, had a decent time of it. He's got good York form, 5 starts at York, a win in 2 places. He dropped £2 since the start of the season. I think he's £2 above his last winning mark, but he's £3 below the mark that he was 4th in the Air Gold Cup on slow ground that last season. And And as well, Richard Spencer has really sort of hit form in recent. I think he's had 3 winners from 15 runners over his last couple of weeks. And Andrea at Zini booked as well, which I thought was quite interesting. So lucky man, I think he's a pretty big price. So win and place for me.
Okay, Aberamagold, lucky man, magical spirit for the team. We move on to the 3:15 at York. My Prospero is 2.7. Alflela is 5.0. Royal Champion 5.0. Mashore 7.0. Chicken Challenge 17.0. Who's with my Prospero? Me and you, Charlie. This is my best bet of the week. I think I just worry about Alflela off the back of his injury sustained at Bahrain. I think he's really good. He'd be more of a watching brief. Whereas that race that my Prospero ran in last time, it was a weird race. Mustard bolted up, but this horse wasn't too far behind Adayar. He was in front of Bay Bridge. That I think is too good a form for the rest of these. So I'm with my Prospero. What do you want to add?
I mean, not a whole heap. I actually thought a price better than even money. He was a really good bet because like you said, even like the Lockinge form, even last time at Ascot, I mean, it just looks like he should be too good for these. On ratings, it says that as well. And there's an argument that yes, Alflela still has progression and like you say, could potentially be very good as be himself. But I just thought right now, as it stands, this horse probably deserves to be a shade of odds on, and I'm surprised he's as big as he is. So yeah, anything better than 2.0, and I think he's a really good bet, my Prospero. And again, Haggis is, as he always is, chugging away and training plenty of winners. I mean, 67% run to form rating at the moment, so no concerns on that ground as well. And Tom Marquand is going up there to ride him, so yeah, I think he's a really good bet, that horse in this quality of race.
Don, what do you want to add?
Yeah, I think Alflela is worth the risk at the price. Like, I absolutely take your point. It's his first run back since Bahrain, but he does go well fresh. He won on his racecourse debut. He won on his season debut last year impressively, and you just have to take it on trust that he's fit. He's fit to at least start off. He goes well at York. He won the Strensel Stakes last year. He finished second in a nursery in his only other run there as a juvenile, and like, was fast ground when he won the Strensel Stake, but it was good ground last time in the Darley Stakes, the last time we saw him at Newmarket. And I just thought he did really well to win that day. He was well back in the field early on. I think he was last going past the 2 furlong marker, or just outside the 2 furlong marker, and he stayed on really well to beat Ottoman Fleet, and the pair of them pulled nicely clear. That was a really good performance, and put that with his York form and the fact that he does go well fresh as long as he's ready to roll, which I'm sure he is. Yeah, I think I know Charlie says he's rated £5 inferior to my Prospero, but I think there could be more to come from him, and I think he could improve up to at least get up to his level.
What have we done to Don, Charlie? It's a couple of races now. He's just going right against us, isn't he?
He's the judge. That's the worry.
Well, that's the problem.
No.
That's the concern.
You see, I didn't see yours before I put mine in. That was the problem. Normally, I just follow you in.